Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion. This is the Crazy Troll Nation here. We start here with chapstick because you gotta keep your lips moisturized. Today this is a collab with Martina on Instagram, and her Instagram handle will be down below and I'll put it right here. But she has all of, let me work while I'm doing this, eyeshadow primer, Fenty of course. She has all of the Mothership palettes. I only have 3 that I purchased in a bundle, which is number 4, Decadence, number 5, Bronze Seduction, and number 6, which is Midnight Sun. And so as of right now, we're going to collab to do 1 look each with the palettes. As of right now, I do have a look with the palettes in a playlist, which will be in the end cap. So after this video, go ahead over and check that out. We're going to blend out the eyeshadow primer with an angled concealer brush. The concept of the Crazy Troll Nation is that sometimes I do my intro first, and sometimes I start the video and then I'm like, oh shoot, I was about to say shit. Yes, I do curse on my channel sometimes. I was about to say, oh shit, I didn't do my intro. But that's the crazy, is that, you know, this channel is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, except you do know you will get shenanigans. And so that's the crazy and the Crazy Troll Nation. It's just coming here. You may be entertained, you may learn something, you might just laugh a lot, or you might, you know, hear something thoughtful that makes you think about things. Well, that's what thoughtful is. Yeah, I say the same thing in different ways. Yeah, and the troll, because there is no such thing, but just for here on this channel, on this troll train, is just to embrace your natural features. Not to feel like you have to do any particular thing according to what the beauty industry standards are. Okay, so we love playing in face paint, we love to enhance stuff, but try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or apply your makeup a certain way because that's what somebody else says. You're grown, you do what you want to do. And yeah, this is real dry right here. Anyway, before my eye primer completely dries up and makes my lid stick, I'm going to reapply some of the MAC Studio Fix Plus Foundation in NC42. This is the only thing on my face except cheek products. I did an experiment earlier. We do a lot of experiments here, and before I forget, this is what else you'll see here. That's also the crazy too, is that I'll just forget that I'm supposed to be doing certain things. I do not have one concealer. This is a Scott Barnes number 65 brush. So for the collab that we're doing for Decadence number 4, Mothership, palette bingo, and so I used a random generator for those colors. For Bronze Seduction, Martina's going to pick those colors. And for Midnight Sun, I did a random generator to pick those shades. So this is our face. This is what we're working with. I don't mind my under eye discoloration poking through because it's a part of my face, especially if I don't put on concealer, and even if I do, it's still a part of my face. I just covered it up. So I'm okay with my natural features poking through. I love playing in face paint, but it's makeup. Like, it's not that serious. And that's what I want all of you to understand, is that do what you want to do or don't do something, but just be okay with who you are and with how you look. That is still looking crusty right there. So, oh, my eyelids are sticking. I'm all out of order. So the colors that the random generator chose for Decadence, duh, it's a label right there. It chose Gold Standard, Inferno, Sterling, Divine Mink, and Underworld. I am not going to swatch this in my video, but I will link below the swatch video I did of all 3 of the Motherships that I do have. I will try to remember to hold up and show you the shade as I use it. These palettes are heavy. If you have the Motherships, you know they're heavy. But first, we're going to do, for our under eye, for our inner lower lash line, did I just say that backwards? Probably. Ulta Beauty, this is Color Punch Automatic Eyeliner, and this is in Youthful Yellow. So that is going to just go right here on the inner corner. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to edit out one eye or not. This compared to the NYX is very rough. So I don't think I will purchase any more of the Ulta. And I think I only purchased 2 of the Ulta eyeliners and they're both rough. At first I thought maybe it's just the color, but no, they're rough. All of the NYX ones I have are really soft, which makes it more enjoyable because this doesn't feel good going under my eye. On the outer lower lash line, we are using NYX Retractable Eyeliner, and this one is in gold. And I use eyeliners under here and also on my inner rim, which is this line right here. I use them underneath as a base for shadow instead of putting on additional primer or needing to wet my brush, which either one is perfectly fine. It's whatever you want to do to get your makeup on your face the way you want it to look. Later on, I may do, my lids are sticking, I may do, excuse me, my inner rims, but I'm not sure. So let's just get into the palette. Sterling, this shade here, and that's going to go on our inner corner. This is a tacky primer, which is why I like it. This picks up very well. I think I did already say I have looks with this palette on my channel in the playlist, but my Pat McGrath playlists will be at the end. So after this video, just hang out, click on it, and see some more of what I do with her palettes. This is my second go around with her. The first go around was awful, and since then I've learned new things and new techniques, and so I wanted to try again with those new techniques, and so far my experience has been good, and so I'm glad that I gave it another shot. The reason I picked this bundle, Decadence, Bronze Seduction, and Midnight Sun, Motherships 4, 5, and 6, was because for me they look to be the most unique. Because once you get past 8, they're all the rosy stuff, and I'm like, I don't need all of that. And Decadence is all metallic, all shimmer, and it's not chunky glitter, which is what I had a problem with the Motherships before, because my eyes do not tolerate glitter in my eyes. It's just horrible. And so this appealed to me. The colors in Bronze Seduction appealed to me, and Midnight Sun, the color story, was unique for me and for my collection, and so that's why I chose this bundle. And so that is there. Did I say what brush it was? No, Isom T37, and I use this one particularly for the angle because, as you saw, it allows me to get down into the inner corner, and it's also good for outer corner as well. We're going to take a crown brush. It doesn't have a name or number. This came in, does it? No. This came in a subscription box with a few other crown brushes. And we're going to take Divine Mink, this shade here, on the rest of our lid. And I chose this brush because it is a wide brush. I'm not tapping off because this is a tacky primer. The shadow will stick to it. This being a wide brush, you see how quick I did that entire area. That is why I chose this brush. And I'm going to just sweep lightly in between to blend those two together. Done. That is done. I say as I blend out the top edge. So we're going back into that. We're going to coat the brush really well, and we're going to pat that on the lid. The outer second half of the lid. The outer second half. That didn't make any sense. Did it? Probably not. I didn't tap off this time either. It can be a bad idea to not tap off your brush because you may get fallout. The other few times I used this palette, I really enjoyed it. I didn't have any problems with it. And so I felt okay, especially putting it directly on top of primer, because it does stick, because the Fenty primer is a tacky primer. I wasn't concerned with it not adhering and falling out. We're going to go back with that first brush, no additional shadow on it, and we're going to pull that over this way. So this is just to further the blend. And then we're going to go back with the brush with that second shade, and we're going to pull that this way. So again, this is just for blending. I'm going to take this brush here, which is also a crown brush, and I'm just going to feather this shade outward. I'm working on trying to change the shape of my eyeshadow looks. Oh gosh, what did I just do? I feathered it too far. Yeah, that was a mistake, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. So I'm just feathering inward and back and forth, just to at least get it solid, and then we're going to sweep it in some just to cover this gap right here. Yeah, that was a mistake, but we're going to fix it, so it's okay. It's only makeup, right? And so I'm just feathering upward. It does take me conscious effort to change the shape of my eyeshadow because I have a tendency to go around because my eye shape just curves this way, and I do like the look of when it goes straight up. And back in the day, I did used to use a Q-tip or something else to create a sharp edge, but it's like I don't want to work hard. I just want to put it on and it looks nice, which means making a conscious effort to have that angle versus trying to go back and create it. That brush with the same shade, no additional shadow because there's a gap right here. So we're just going to tap that right here just to fill in that gap. This is going up way higher than I wanted it to, and it's creating a gap right here now. I actually kind of like it though. Well, not the gap, but I'm liking taking this further over. Yeah, I like that. I like that so much. I'm going to try to do the same thing over here. Still no additional shadow on this brush, but there is still shadow in the brush. So we're just going to sweep this up higher and sweep it over, and hopefully it will look the same. And if not, we're going to pretend it does. Because that's what we do here. We acknowledge what doesn't look right and we roll with it because it's makeup and it is okay. And I want you guys to know that even when things don't turn out the way you want them to, it is really okay. It's just makeup. I am digging this. But now I'm thinking, like with the transition shades, are they going to show up over this? This could be your look. You can do your lower lash line, which you already did, but you can put a darker color on your lower lash line, mascara, liner, and you can be done. This can be your look. For our inner transition shades, we're going to use the fine crease brush from Makeup Geek. Both of these are the same. And we're going to take Inferno, this shade here, on the inner transition area. We are going to tap that off. So that's just going to go right here. So yes, you can use a shimmer as a transition shade. And as you notice, we started where our brows are. We didn't bring it all the way down into our inner corner. So we're starting right here, and we're just going to sweep that right here. And we're just going to taper it inward onto that silver, but we're not going to bring it down like in a thick line. So this is just to blend it down. And that's going to be that. And it helps for me with this shade because it does just kind of blend into my skin tone, as you see. So we're going to put that brush down, and we're going to take the clean one, and we're going to take Underworld, this shade here, onto our outer transition area. And I think this is just going to deepen. Oh, I should have put this on lower lash line. This is deep. So, you know, oh my gosh. Just blending that a little bit in that area. This side I like. So what we're going to do, since this is so much darker, we're going to create an outer V. So we're stopping it right here where that point is, and we're just going to bring that right here. And I did turn the brush because I did coat both sides of the brush. And so we're creating an outer V. Ooh-wee. I'm going to go in again lightly. And where this point is, we're just going to come straight down, turn the brush, come straight down, outer V situation. So it looks like a sideways V. All right, we're going to, ooh, that first transition shade, we did not add any more color on the brush. We're going to just sweep that over. Yeah, that looks nice, just to blend. just to blend. And I did not mean to take this that far up because this is like touching my eyebrow. And I usually never take shadows up to my eyebrow. I'm not sure about this space right here, like how that looks, but I am not putting a shimmer like all the way up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a small fluffy brush. This is another Makeup Geek brush. It says Outer V brush. No shadow on it. We're just going to go in small circular motions just to kind of blend out this line, because as you can see, it's looking harsh. I don't want the shadow to move upward or downward. I just want to blend that edge just a little bit. I'm okay with this looking like a V right here, but this right here, I just want to do something with that. I just want to soften it just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. So this may be what we're working with because I don't, as I said, want to move that shade. And I know some people do take their lid shades, transition shades, crease shades, shades up to their brow. If it was more my skin tone, I would. This is an experiment. Like this turned out different than I thought. Because once I put that shade here, I was just like, woo. Well, you saw my reaction to that. And we're going to take, both of these are Fenty 220 precision brushes. We're going to take that gold, which is gold standard. And that's going to go in the inner portion of our lower lash line on top of that yellow liner. We're going to dip it again and we are tapping off. That's going to go right here. This look is not what I thought. You know what happened? Me analyzing myself here. When I kept messing with that second shade and I took it up higher, so that made everything else on top of that go up higher. That's what happened. If I would have just left it like it was in the beginning, when I tried to feather it out and then it went up and then I placed it here, that's what made the transition shade go all the way up here. So I just went up too far. And that's something to think about too, is when the look doesn't come out the way you want it to, try to figure out why, so you know what not to do next time. And so I know next time just not to take that transition shade as high up. And then we're going to take that second shade, Inferno, well actually the first transition shade, which is on my skin tone. Did I say that funny? I feel like I'm talking funny. And that's going to go on the outer portion of our lower lash line. Right here. And we're going to bring it over just to blend. We're going to go back to that first brush with that first shade and we're going to take that way just to blend. And so this is kind of our look. So we're going to put the palette down. We're going to put on, first time using this, Kaleidos Cosmetics Obsidian Waterproof Eyeliner. Got this in a subscription box. I'm not used to this type of tip. And I'm not sure I like how it feels on my skin. And it may just be I'm just used to a different type of tip. It did apply nice, applied easily, excuse me. We are going to attempt to do a wing since we have this edge right here already. It'll be a baby wing, of course. I have tried many times, and every now and then I do experiment with a longer wing, but because of my puffy, hooded, whatever you want to call them, eyes, I don't always like how it looks, because then it turns into a bat wing, and I don't like how that looks on me. I see it on other people, and it looks great. And when I do it, when I look straight, it looks nice, but then when I look down, that's when you see, you know, the bat wing part, and I don't like how that looks. I just like things to look even and to have a clean line. And so when it turns into a bat wing, the line to me just looks distorted. It looks one way when you look straight, and then another way if you do something like this. And I don't like that What happened to the other line? It looked nice before. What'd you do? Where did it go? So we're just going straight up on that edge. Then we're going to connect this, and we're going to bring this inward. And I can tell right now this is further inward than the other one. It may be a little thicker, but that's okay. Overall, I'm happy with my baby wings. So I like the wings. Awesome. And I'm liking the edge. And I'm going to use for mascara, I did pull it out, e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara. Still trying to get a feel for it because I'm used to a smaller wand. And I don't want to give up on it too quick just because I'm used to a thinner wand. And I did like this mascara. I paused because I had a hiccup. And I held it in. Yay, troll. And it looked good until the third coat. And normally I don't coat that much. But because of the shape of the brush, I was missing the middle part of my lid. And so, not the middle part of my lid, the middle part of my lashes. And that's what made me continue applying mascara, trying to make sure I'm getting all of my lashes. Martina, thank you for doing this collab with me. Her looks are just amazing. And we actually chat on Instagram, excuse me for smacking, putting it in, closing it, opening it back up, wiping off the excess on the inside of the lid, on the inside of the opening. We chat maybe at least once a week back and forth in DMs on Instagram. She's a really wonderful person. You know, of course we're talking about makeup. Sometimes we talk about life stuff too. And she's in Austria. I believe she's in Austria. And it just amazes me with the internet, you know, that you can connect and form these friendships with people in other parts of the world. And that's what the internet is for, isn't it? I just hit my nose with the top of this. I can say I do not have a problem with this mascara as far as it doesn't make my eyes burn, it doesn't make my eyes itch, it doesn't make my nose run, it doesn't have a scent to it. But when I do like this, I can smell it. It smells like a chemical smell. But when I put it on my lashes, I don't smell it. Some mascaras I do, and those are the ones that make my nose run and my eyes itch. And then after my second or third time trying it, or if it's real bad, after the first time I try it, I throw it in the trash. But this one, I do not have a problem with, and I do have sensitive skin, sensitive allergies, all sorts of other stuff. So we're going to put that home. What are we going to do for lips? Somebody tell me. I do like the eye look. I like it straight on. When I turn, you know, I do like it this way too because it does look blended up here. I like this. What are we going to do for lip? We are going to keep it super simple, and because it was the first thing I touched, this is a NYX Cosmetics Butter Gloss and Lava Cake. And it smells weird to me, but I'm told it smells like what it's supposed to be, which is lava cake, which is a cake, a chocolate cake with fudge in it. And to me, it smells like what I think ass crack would smell like. So, I don't know. And this is a gloss. It does feel good on. It doesn't give much color, which is fine. With that amount I just put on there, I do smell what I think ass crack smells like. So this is the look. Do hang out and check out my other Pat McGrath videos. Uh-oh, this side's starting to tear, but they have been because of allergies. This is it for this look. I am excited about it. I'm excited to do the next one and then the next one. But you will see me in the next video. Let me know what you think. And please do check out her Instagram. Again, it will be down below. And thanks again, Martina, for doing this collab with me. It was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to be digging into my makeup because I am on a no-buy. I'm not going to ramble. You will see me in the next video, which will be soon if you click over to what you'll see next. Thanks.